Today I bring you Hansi Flick's 4-2-3-1 from Barcelona. Tactic he used successfully also at Bayern Munich, so we're going to jump right in and show you the results. First up with Barcelona, it's been an absolutely fantastic season. We've won the Spanish Super Cup, beating Real Madrid 1-0 in the final, actually scoring a goal in the first minute from Hansi Flick. As you can see, we did dominate the statistics, I suppose, with the most shots. We technically had the most possession, so great first trophy in the bag for us. And if we go back and look, unfortunately we did lose out in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals to Atletico Madrid, but you can't win them all, I suppose. And in the Champions League final, we've beaten Bayern Munich 1-0, Hansi Flick's old side. Lewandowski with the goal in the 21st minute. You would say overall probably a bit of an even game. They had more shots, XG was roughly the same, although we did dominate the possession, but we got over the line, we scored the goal, that's all that matters. At Wembley, Barcelona have won another Champions League. If we go back and take a look at the league, as you can see, we've won it 30 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses to finish with 94 points, just 2 above Real Madrid. We managed to edge it there. But if we take a look at the team stats overall, we didn't score the most goals, but we did score 120. Real Madrid just are unstoppable most of the time in this, but we've done it. We managed to beat them in the league. Didn't score the most goals, we got 120. Fewest conceded, we're second, well, technically first equal with 31. I don't know why it's got as a second. Technically, we are the exact same. In terms of most shots, we were second. Few shots against, we were first. Solid at the back. In terms of possession, we were actually third with 57% possession there. And in terms of player stats overall, Robert Lewandowski, 39 goals. Yamal actually in 6th with 20 goals as well. Most assists, Alejandro Balde with 17. Lamine Yamal with 15, Ansu Fati with 12. In terms of most shots, we have Lewandowski, Yamal and Fati up there. Most player of the matches, Balde and Lewandowski. Best pass completion, Ter Stegen in goals. Most key passes, we have Yamal in 4th with 77 across season and Frenkie de Jong down 74. Fewest conceded, Ter Stegen's in 4th. Most clean sheets, Ter Stegen is joint first, so with 17 clean sheets. So there we go. If we take a look at some of the player statistics across the season, Robert Lewandowski, 50 goals in all competitions. 50 goals, 3 assists, and as we can see here up in the top right, from the last 10 games, he got 10 goals and 1 assist in his last 10 games. Other players to highlight, Lamine Yamal, this boy is insane. 26 goals and 21 assists for the 16-year-old this season. That is absolutely unheard of. That is phenomenal. Nobody can take that away from him. And as well, still young Ansu Fati, 23 goals, 13 assists for him. Another brilliant season for him as well. And again, just look at how many players we have scoring goals. Look at the amount of players getting the assists in. Alejandro Balde as well, the left fullback, playing on the left-hand side. 2 goals but 24 assists this season. Absolutely breakout season for him. And if we look at the data, we can see we've got 3.16 goals per game from expected 2.56, only conceding 0.82, which is absolutely amazing. So there we go, that's it. We've won a treble with Barcelona. We will now head to Burnley in the English Championship and see how we get on with our lower league club. So we are over in England with Burnley. Carabao Cup, lost to Nottingham Forest second round. Quarterfinals to Leicester City in the FA Cup. Doesn't matter. We're here for the Sky Bet Championship, where we have won 30 games, drawn 13, lost only 3, goal difference of 65 to finish on 103 points. In terms of the player and team stats, in terms of goals, 113 goals across the season. Absolutely amazing. The fewest conceded were third, only conceding 48. Most clean sheets were actually 5th. I thought we would have maybe been a bit higher. But we have the most shots by quite some distance in the league with 778. And in terms of few shots against, we only had 347 shots against us. As for player stats in the Championship, most goals, Lyle Foster with 20, joint top with Kiefer Moore, and Manuel Benson's actually up there as well, 16 goals, putting him in 6th place. Most assists, we have, I'll just call him Luca with 15 assists for the young American, and Sarmiento with 12 as well, who is on loan, I believe, from, is it Brighton? And fewest conceded, we have James Trafford up there, second, joint with 43. In terms of overall team and player stats, 21 goals across all conditions for Foster, Benson with 16, Fleming with 15, Anthony with 15. Overall, a really good season all round. Luca with 17 assists in all competitions, Sarmiento with 12, Fleming with 10, and Connor Roberts with 10 as well. As for the data hub, if we look, we scored 2.46 goals per game, conceding just over the 1, just not as good as at Barcelona, but still, we've won the league. We've absolutely bossed the league here, let's be honest. So, it's done well at Barcelona, done well at Burnley. How will it get on over in the A-League? So here we are with Macarthur FC, one of the newer sides in Australia, over in Australian shores. Unfortunately in the Australia Cup we lost in the first round to Brisbane Roar. That's quite upsetting. In the AFC Cup, we managed to win this. The AFC Cup is technically the Europa League / UEFA Cup of Asia, but we've managed to win 4-2 against Al Zawra in a convincing win with Clayton Lewis, Davia and Jacolis. Butchered that name probably. And a 4-2 win against Iraqi side Al Zawara. We absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. Nice and easy, job done. And as we can see here, we have topped the league with 15 wins, 8 draws and 3 losses to finish with 53 points, just 1 point ahead of Newcastle Jets, which meant we are the winners of the league phase, and then in the final series phase, which is, you know, the knockout phase, like a lot of countries do these days, they then have the playoffs for the best sides after the league phase. We've managed to beat Newcastle Jets, so the team we finished just 1 point above in the league. We've actually beat 3-1 in that final, beating them quite convincingly as well. They went 1-0 up in the 14th minute, but then Jake Holman in the 51st, Jed Drew in the 83rd and Ali Agla in the 87th secured the victory for us, 3-1. So we went and we have won a double, maybe you could say a treble if you include if you have the league and the final series separately. Any Australian fans, let me know. I'm not sure. Does it count as 1 trophy or does it count as 2? Let me know down below. But we'll look overall at the entirety of the league. Team overview, most goals, we've got 84, 24 more goals than Newcastle Jets. Views conceded, we're actually at 5th equal with 46, not as many as I would have liked. We did have the most shots though, few shots against, we were 3rd, possession wise we were down in 5th. And in terms of player stats overall, most goals, we have 3rd, we've got Jermaine, or Jarman, not sure how you say his name, 16 goals, Davia with 14 as well. Davia also tops the assist chart with 17, massively ahead of 2nd place. Jacolis with 9 as well, and Matthew Miller with 8. Then if we just quickly fire through some of these, 3rd with German for most shots. Most player of the matches, we've got Jermaine with 5, best pass completion, we're not on that list. Most key passes, we have Jacolis, Clayton Lewis and Davia amongst the top players there. Tackles as well, we have Vujica, butchered that again, 89 tackles for him. And if we look at our squad as a whole, we can see Davia, 22 goals and 22 assists, absolutely brilliant season for him, for the Mexican. If we actually change this and we look at his recent form, last 10 games he gets 7 goals and 2 assists in his last 10 games, absolutely brilliant season for him. Shame he's 33-year-old, but he's actually captain as well, 44 goals and assists across the season, brilliant for him. In terms of goals, as we saw, Valerie Germain, again, I'm so sorry I butcher names all the time. It does look like he's been injured for a while, but he gets 33 goals and 5 assists just from 28 games, so a good season for him as well. And Jacolis was the other player that we saw quite a few times, 18 goals, 18 assists for the Australian. Not capped, with form like this, he'll be capped in no time, I would say. In terms of the data hub, if we just take a look, 2.9 goals per game, and we've actually conceded more than any other team so far, 1.59 conceded per game. However, we've done it. We've won a double or treble, whichever way you want to look at it. We've won the top division in Australia, and we've also won the Europa League of Asian football. Head back to Barcelona and I'll show you exactly how Hansi Flick's tactic plays out in Football Manager. Here we have it, the 4-2-3-1 Hansi Flick tactic. We will run through it, we will go, and we will actually go with pick without restriction the best 11. We'll kind of see how Hansi Flick tends to do it. We'll go, first of all, we are playing with the attacking mentality. In possession, we are playing narrow. We are focusing play down the left and the right, playing out of defence. We're passing it much shorter and we're going with a higher tempo. And in transition, we are counter-pressing and we are countering. And out of possession, we have the high press, the much higher defensive line. We're triggering the press much more often, preventing short goalkeeper distribution. We're asking the team to step up more. And in terms of the player roles and player instructions, we have a sweeper keeper on support for Ter Stegen. No additional instructions. Wing back and support on the right. Araujo, shoot less often, stay wider, tackle harder. 2 centre backs, we have Koundé on the right with dribble more, tackle harder, ball playing defender on defend. Left centre back, also ball playing defender on defend, again dribble more, tackle harder. On the left hand side we have Balde on the wing back, on attack, run wide with the ball, shoot less often, stay wider, tackle harder. And that is why, as we saw, Balde had 24 assists across the season, because he was the wing back on attack. He was just bombing up that left hand side every chance he got. The 2 in the middle, we have Gavi's the half back with shoot less often, tackle harder. Maybe not his best role, but that's just the way we've got it set up here. Alongside him we have the young deep lying playmaker on support with just as normal set standard instructions for the deep lying playmaker here. On the right hand side we have Lamine Yamal, inverted winger on attack, hold up the ball, roam from position and sit narrower, as his additional instructions. Dani Olmo, what's happening with him is actually unbelievable. If you don't know, he might not be getting registered by Barcelona this winter. Absolutely mental if that's the case, but anyway. I digress. Danny Olmo, attack midfielder on attack, hold at the ball, roam from position, move into challenge and tackle harder. On the left hand side we have Hansi Flick, inside forward, on support, roam from position, sit narrower and tackle harder. And as you can see, if we sit him narrower, it gives Baldi that space to go up and down the left hand side. And probably the main man for Barcelona, Lewandowski, deep line forward, on attack, tackle harder, mark tighter. So there we have it, that is Hansi Flick's 4-2-3-1 as seen by myself, Flying Scotsman FM. As always, leave a like, comment down below if you've enjoyed this tactic, if you've tried this tactic or a similar one, and as well, comment down below any other tactical recreations you would like to see coming up while we wait for FM25. And as always, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.